Go right into our next item, and I gotta tell you, this one is very, very exciting for me. Because I happen to know, and I've been in a few, fender benders. I've been hit a couple times from the back, right? I remember I was going to Disney, and I was waiting in line to drive through to get there on the most beautiful place on earth and all that stuff. And some guy banged into me because he wasn't paying attention. And I'm like, oh my God, now you gotta deal with that, and you're at Disney. Well, let me tell you, there's a product out there. It is called the Impulse Powered Rear End Collision Alert System. This is a bar of extra brake lights that essentially goes in your car. All you do is stick it in the back of your car somewhere where you can see it, all right? And every time you hit your brakes, it's basically an extra set of brake lights that lights up in the back of your car. It's absolutely brilliant. Matt Davis is here to show you how easy this is to install. But I mean, think about it. Yeah. Not only do you have your regular lights, now you get this beaming light.
This is the emergency light. This is when, guy, when you have to slam the brakes on hard, right?
Yeah.
If you're in your car and you have to slam the brakes on hard, maybe it's a kid that ran out in front of you, God forbid, or maybe the person in front of you just stopped suddenly. You have to put your brakes on hard. This light comes on and flashes 3 times brighter than your regular brake lights. Wow. This is the emergency light that you want. 1.7 million rear end accidents in the United States every year. And guess what? April is Distracted Driving Month. We talked about it before the show. Distracted Driving Month. If you push this button, the calibrate button, you'll see. I want to show you just real quickly. I know it's like impossible because we've got the car and everything, but this is my wife's car. Here's the Impulse. All I did was peel, stick, placed it right there. Okay, that's it. I did this actually for the demonstration that I had about a week ago. My wife was on her way to the store, had to stop suddenly. The Impulse lit up automatically. Now, it doesn't light up every time, but what it does, there's the Impulse there. It's already calibrated. You press one button, peel and stick. Now, let me show you what it does. It lights up just like that. It flashes super, super bright when you stop suddenly. So think about this. So you're in a car, you're driving along, you have to stop suddenly, and the groceries move in the back.
Sure.
When that happens, a little weight that's built inside slides forward and activates the switch, and the lights come on automatically, telling the driver behind you, hey, I'm stopping suddenly. Don't run into me.
Have you been on 275 recently? Because I'll hit it today, right? I'll hit rush hour traffic and I'll get on 275 going in the wrong direction, away from the bridge, and it is stop and go traffic the entire time. It's about 5 miles of stop and go traffic, and I gotta tell you, there's been so many close calls where I see people speeding up behind me and coming to me, and I'm like, don't you see my brake lights? This is an extra set of brake lights that are gonna go off whenever you apply those brakes. And you'll see, that's how it works. It just lights right up. I know we're outside, so it's a little bit harder to see, but especially at nighttime, when people are kind of lackadaisical, maybe they're looking at their phone, all those things, you hit the brakes. Not only will your brake lights go on, but you're also gonna get the rear end collision alert lights turning on. It's kind of like a little axis in there, right? It senses when you hit the brakes.
When you stop suddenly.
Automatically turns on.
Automatically comes on and helps the driver behind you know that you're not just regular stopping, you're suddenly stopping. And when you suddenly stop, you need the person behind you to pay attention. You don't need distracted driving. This is the solution. The video shows it better than we can ever show live because I can't get the car to stop suddenly right here in the driveway. But that's how easy it is. All it is peel and stick, folks. 4-year battery life on the inside of this, so you never have to change the battery, you never have to charge it.
There's no wiring.
No wiring. You don't have to be a mechanic.
It sticks on your window in the back of your car. And just like the brake lights, which are down here, you're also going to get a set of brake lights which are up here.
Right.
So now you've got not only the 2 warnings that are built into your car, you have that extra warning that is going to be on the inside of your glass, so you don't have to worry about it. And it's going to shine right through when you hit the brakes.
Exactly.
4 years before you have to change out the battery, on average. So, I mean, what a brilliant, I mean, it's so smart, I can't get over it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
It was invented by
show us inside the car.
An American inventor was sitting in the back seat of a car. He's going somewhere with a professor, actually, for invention for entrepreneurship, right? So he's sitting in the back of the car, and they get rear-ended. And he said, there's got to be a better way. How about peel and stick? No wires. It doesn't get in the way. All you do is you peel, you stick, you press one button to calibrate it, and then you're ready to go. You forget about it. It's not gonna light up every time you hit the brakes. It's only gonna light up when you need it the most, when you feel that sudden stop, when your purse moves on the front. You know what I'm talking about. When you have to stop suddenly and you look up in the rearview mirror and go, holy cow, I'll say cow. Holy cow, I hope that person behind me doesn't run into me. I mean, my wife just avoided an accident using the Impulse literally less than 5 days after we introduced this. Only on HSN, only for Distracted Driving Month.
And by the way, it is the lowest price that we've ever offered it for. At the $31.95, it was, or $32, it was $41. We hadn't seen this since it just came back recently. We haven't seen it since last August. I think if you're a senior driver out there, or if you've got family, if you got kids, if you got pets, you know, getting hit from behind is not a good thing, right? Because it's not only startling, but I mean, you can really do some damage to a vehicle, and more important, to the people that are inside. Having this light right here and turning on when you slam on those brakes is going to give everybody behind you that extra sort of warning that, hey man, I ain't going anywhere, so slow down.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, get them stopped quickly. Do it with the Impulse.
While we have a chance, I want to talk about the parking mat. Matt,
absolutely.
Matt's just going to walk over. We'll get a close-up. This thing is so smart. Again, for my senior friends, of which I'm one, you know, if you want to park in the same spot every time, this is the way to do it.
This is it. All it is a very simple, I don't even have a sample out here. We're just talking about it for a quick second, but I parked the car on the parking mat. What it is a mat that peel and stick again, that you put on the ground, you roll over it, and it tells you where to park in your garage, so you're not running into